this is God's country. We turn the dirt and work until the week's done. We take a break and break bread on Sunday, then do it all again, 'cause we're proud to be from God's country. I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind, that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country. It ain't. I don't.
Welcome back for another video. Let's start it off the same way we started last one. We're not up a mountain this time, but well, we've got the fog. We've only just hit it, so we're once again we're on these back windy, snaky, downhill, unknown roads. I'll put a clip up at the start of the whole video of a bloke. I was talking to him on TikTok, and he said, I want to get a video of yours. We're in a convoy, part of the Aussie Hay Runners. He said he lives in Muswellbrook, so big thumbs up to that guy. I think his name was. Yeah, just wanted to come out, have a look. There was a few more trucks after that sort of got split up. We got split up at Singleton, going through the main street, traffic lights and all that sort of stuff. So there were a few more stragglers a bit further back, and then there was another half a dozen trucks that got away super late, so they were about 4 hours or 5 hours behind. So all up, I think there was 35 that came in last night. We parked up at Aberdeen in New South Wales at the football club. Now, what a spread they had on for us there. They looked after us. You know, beers were free, tea was free, they had desserts, they had all, and you know what the Lions clubs are like. They've got all the old nanas, you know, not just old ladies, but there was blokes there. But all the old ladies that had baked all these slices and little cakes, oh man, it was amazing. I tell you what, the communities out here are super, super grateful, and they love what we do. So if you're not up to speed with what I'm doing here, part of the Aussie Hay Runners, we're bringing, because this is still classed as a drought. This is a drought declared zone in New South Wales. Despite the rain today, so you're probably thinking, oh, this bloke's bloody pulling me leg here. They're in the middle of a drought still. So you've got all this stuff out here. We passed a heap further back where it was just barren and it had been burnt. So there's nothing worse than not being able to grow much and then it just burns. You know, that's, yeah, it's pretty terrible. But my stomping grounds, this is where I spent a lot of time the past couple of years bringing stuff out to farmers, whether it be fertiliser, feed, different items for farms and all that sort of stuff. So I kind of know where I am. Not exactly, but I'm not doing too bad. Today we're heading to Moonan Flat. So we've got a load of hay on. 30 round hay bales. going out to a farmer and anyway, I brung him up. Got a single lane thing coming up here. Make sure we slow right down and make sure nothing's coming the other way. We don't want to be flying over it either. You can imagine something coming the other way. There's no way. I mean, 2 motorbikes might fit on the bridge, but no 2 vehicles. Anyway, yeah, we're heading out to Moon and Flat. I don't know if there's a sign here. What do we got? Moon and Flat 16. So we've already got 14 to go to this address that he given me. And he said, I said, oh look, I'm just ringing you up. Just leave it Aberdeen because we've got absolutely no service out here. I know because I haven't even been down this road before, but I've been out this sort of area. You get no phone service. So no use me coming out here and trying to ring him because it's not going to happen. He said, I'll be waiting for you. How long are you going to be? Another single laner here. Nothing coming the other way. We're good. So I said, oh look, probably about an hour. I think it was 57 kilometres from where I was, but obviously you can see I'm not going 100 k's an hour. And he says, all right, I'll be out the front. I said, yep, copy. He said, I'll just unload you on the road. He said, you have to find somewhere to turn around after you're unloaded. So, I don't know where I'm going to turn around, because he said, if you come in the driveway, you won't get in the paddock because it's too wet. They had rain all last night, and what happens when you haven't had rain for so long? Reduce speed now. What do we got coming up? The water doesn't seep into the ground, it sits on top because they haven't had so much rain for so long. It gets very, very soggy on top. And he said, I don't want you to get bogged. I said, well, I don't want that happening either, mate. A few single lane bridges out this way. Going over the Hunter River there. So we'll see if we can't get unloaded and hopefully turn around somewhere that's somewhat close and accessible to us. If we got something like that, you know, I could back in there and turn around, but we got another 12 k's, so if I turn around here, I'll have to be reversing for another 12 kilometres. Not doing that. But yeah, so last week it was up in Burrell. This week it's they class this as the Scone Run. So we pulled up in Aberdeen, which is just outside of Scone. And we yeah, like I said, we had just barbecue tea last night, amazing. Sausages, onion, steaks, plus all the goodies. We got, everyone in Australia knows this, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but everyone's had these traditional fruit cakes before. Super amazing. And then on top of that, they packed us lunch. Egg and lettuce sandwich, corned meat sandwich. They gave us some little snacks, some little slices and all that sort of stuff. Jeez. Too bad if I'm starting to try and watch me waistline. You come out places like this, they just really, really look after you. We had bacon and eggs, steaks. They cooked everything for us this morning as well. So that's me just rambling on. I don't have too much of a story today. So, like I said, I just thought I'll turn the camera on, tell you how appreciative we are of the communities out here because they're appreciative of us. I don't even know if appreciative is a word. It's probably not. But they're very happy with the work we're doing. And I love coming out to places like this. So these bales of hay, they're not super heavy, but I don't have this tarped up. They're going out to a farm and going to be fed to the cows anyway, so it doesn't matter if they get wet. They don't have a lot of feed, so they're not storing them. They're not going to get mouldy or anything. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they get wet, but obviously with all the rain, these soak in the water and they get a lot heavier. So again, if you're a truck or thinking of becoming a truck driver and all that, these are things that you need to take into consideration. You leave one point, you say, okay, I've got 20 tonne on. All of a sudden, you don't realise just how much water these things can absorb and suck in. All of a sudden, your load that's 20 tonne, by the end of the load, could be 22 tonne. Oh, but sir, at the weighbridge, I got teared off of this. Well, that's not what you are now. You know, you're going to be lighter on fuel from 6 hours ago, but you're heavier with water. So, yeah, just something, just a little random point I thought I'd like to chuck in there. Looks like we've only got 8 kilometres to go, and I was almost thinking of just turning the camera off there, but just looking at this last little section before we get there, we've got a few bendy boys, and that's always like it's the good part of the drive. Obviously it's the slow part, but I'll just keep it rolling until we get there anyway. Look, if you've made it this far, obviously you don't think I'm an absolute jerk, so I'll say it anyway. Appreciate everyone commenting on the last one, the Glider Highway. There was a bloody lot of comments. Yous know who yous are. Everyone that comments, you're very appreciated. You know, like I said, I always read the comments. It's amazing. Thank you for everyone that's liked the video, because it's got a heap of likes as well. But everyone that's just watched. I mean, if you've watched this far, thank you. You know, just, yeah, glad you're enjoying watching the things I put up. As always, if you've got something that you want me to talk about, something that you want me to sort of explain or whatever, just throw it in the comments, give me ideas. I'm happy to do things like that. But today's word, volunteer. Give us your best thing about volunteers. So whether you volunteer for somewhere, give them a little shout out. Whether someone's volunteered and given you help, this is the Lions Club. All of what they do is volunteer work. Everything that they supplied us. So they supplied all the beers. That was supplied by the local Aberdeen Bowling Club and the local pub. They gave, I think it was like 10 cartons for all of us guys, however many beers it was. It was all supplied, it was all volunteer work. All the food, that was from all the local, you know, supply stores. I didn't realise it was going to be a big steep one as well as the bendy boys, so we're slowing down a bit. 2 kilometre narrow winding road. Ooh. Well, we're not going to be breaking any speed records today, people. Looks like there's been a landslide there. Yes. Let's just cruise down here nice and slowly. Because if you get into trouble out here with no phone service, I don't think anyone's going to find you. Oh mate, the farmer, he'd be probably thinking, where is this guy? He told me it'd be an hour. Next thing you know, he's off in the bloody ditch down there. Love to live out somewhere like this, but I mean, to do this, to get to work and all that every day, nah, too far. You know, this is somewhere that you'd retire. Go out here so you don't have neighbours, you don't have to worry about people. And just live your best life. Thankfully as well, it's a Saturday morning. I don't think there'd be too much traffic along here anyway. I had one comment last time. Oh, there was two idiots. But I had one comment last time. Oh, I'd take your licence off you for driving like that. Oh, and he tagged a part in the video. I can only assume it's because I was straddling the middle line, like I was back there. You can see what's coming, and if there's nothing coming, then you can straddle it a bit. Especially, you don't want to be too close to the edge. Usually the edges are more worn than the centre. But, yeah, like I said, you guys and girls, keep it up with the comments. Absolutely love it. So I'd say we're coming up on Moon and Flat. There's probably 3 homesteads here in the whole, if you want to call it a town or a village. And not much else. Hoping we can just, as we're cruising along down here, we can just see a bloke sitting out in a tractor or a ute or something just on the side of the road. I don't know what side of the road he said it was. But he said, I'll be waiting for you, I'll see you. Oh, this might be him. How he's going?
Good.
You're not waiting for the hay?
Mate.
Oh, he must. Yeah.
You been here before?
Nah, he said he'll be waiting out the front.
Just keep going, you're going through the cut.
Yeah.
Come around and you'll see it. You'll see it. It's got rock and tree written on it.
Yeah, oh, he said Carlisle. There's a.
Yeah, you'll see a rock and tree written on the rock and the.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Keep going to the next one on the left. You'll only 400 metres from the rock.
Easy as.
It's only another. Fuck, I don't know. Day and a half to get.
Have a good day, fellas. Go. You just heard the little, I don't know if you could hear it, but a conversation with some of the locals. They're fucking great out here. They're very good to get along with. There is another 1.5 k's up the road, which is what this tells me anyway. But I thought, oh, well, there's people standing out the front, I might as well ask. there's a little kangi. Oh, good, he's hopped off that way. So, old mate said, you look for a rock, and it's got rock painted on it. And then look for a tree that has tree painted on it. And then he's just past that. Oh, yeah, look. I don't know if you can see it. Here's a rock that says rock on it. Then there should be a tree that says tree somewhere. Well, maybe the tree was back. I don't know. We got another truck down in here. He must have been a bit earlier than me. It's pretty bloody tight getting in here. I'll put the trailers in. We good? We are good. So, we might make that in for a video. We got old mate down here with a tractor, Mr. Max. Unloading the loads of hay. I'll pull up behind him, take all my straps off, we'll be going. But thank you very much for joining in, tuning in for another video. If you've watched this part, like, comment, subscribe. Sound like a bloody typical YouTube idiot, but do the right thing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, people.